for y'all, obviously, you've found marijuana, both of you, in different ways, and you both had your own personal struggles through the postpartum depression and you with your injury. I wanted to get your insight on how it helps you recover from almost, whether it be mental, psychological pain, or actual physical pain.
Yeah, for me, so like I said, it helped me with my sleep. And then, I don't know if you guys know, but I broke my neck, my C4, C5, C6 vertebrae in a high school football game. And now I'm starting to feel all those pain, all those aches from playing, 30, I was at 30, I started playing football when I was 4 years old. So about 30 years now, I'm starting to really feel all the aches and pains. And I found my love with Indigo once I tried the seltzer for the first time, and they have this flower called Alpenglow. If y'all, man, it's beautiful. But it helped me with my recovery, helped me with my wellness, it helped me with my mind. Because I was definitely losing it. I was thinking about committing suicide and all that type of stuff, man. Dealing with the pain and everything. It wear on you, right? So finding my love for Indigo has definitely helped shape my routine and my recovery and my wellness for my mind. So that's it.
Beautiful. I will say for me, I am leaning into the best version of me that ever existed. But I think a lot of people, when they come out and say like, hey, I had an alcohol problem, everyone automatically thinks, was there a DUI? Was something, you don't have to hit a rock bottom to realize that you were using it to cover for something else. And so, yes, mine came to head with the whole postpartum. But when I went to my doctor for that, the first thing they prescribed me was Xanax, Wellbutrin, and Lexapro. And
the big three.
The big three. I mean, it was.
Cycle.
Hey, you have 3 kids in 18 months. But when I got off the alcohol and I slowly got off those, I finally went to therapy for the first time as well. So I was integrating cannabis use mindfully with therapy. And it just helped me uncover so many of the reasons that I was reaching for the alcohol. I have ADHD, so that was such a dopamine hit. And by using this, it doesn't have the addictive properties as alcohol. And so I'm able to use it mindfully while learning what kind of some of my triggers were and what some of the issues were. And one of my big issues is being in my head with anxiety. And this helps me just be present in my body and my mind and what I'm doing. And it's just really helping me lean into the best version of myself.
And whenever you hear stories like that, obviously it helps with, you could put a million reviews out online, and I want to see the impact of how social media has impacted whether it be the prevalence of medical marijuana or getting approved or Indigo, where you kind of start to see the people speak up for it to where it becomes almost too big to ignore.
Yeah, for sure. I know social media was really kind of the only way we were able to get word out that we existed and how you could go about getting into the program. But even with that, we had to be very, very careful of using certain words or not using certain words and how we had to go and message. We just, I guess in 2023, were able to do any formal advertising. We were limited in how we could get message out, and that was via our state regulation and the laws that we had to kind of live under. So we could not do any traditional billboards and radio, and that just was not allowed under our program. But today that has all changed, so now we can do
something like this.
Yes, and it was truly a grassroots kind of effort in order to get word out. So we did just a ton of community outreach and go into the communities and speak to people face to face. But to where we are today, it feels like it's come 360, and we still have a long way to go, because we still have just patients and people out there that just still see this as a harmful thing, and that could be further from the truth. And so when I get invited to any type of platform, regardless of what it is and the audience is, I see this as an opportunity just to further all of our mission, because this is a mission for us to just change people's lives. And individualized medicine and all the different forms. There's something out there for everyone. And I've had my own journey, and just because I wasn't, I come from traditional in the pharmaceutical world and transition into something more holistic in a natural plant. It's just been astounding. The science is mind blowing, and we haven't even scratched the surface. So when we talk about all the cannabinoids and the research, we have so much work to do. And I'm just so excited to be a part of this and to be here with you guys to talk about that and just to continue to further this conversation.
And I'm sorry, we'll wrap it up here. I got the last one because I feel like we're literally preaching to the choir
Yeah,
a
we
little
are.
bit. But for cannabis, what can the people do to allow the movement to go forward and to keep it legal?
For me, I would say talk about it. It's amazing. Like, that's the whole reason I'm doing what I'm doing, is because as soon as I say something, the moms at my kids' school pull me aside and they whisper in my ear. And everybody's doing this. 80% of whatever want it legalized, but it's not a hot topic because at the end of the day, you can get it almost anywhere. But if we don't talk about it and do it openly, then the folks that still have the preconceived notions and the entrenched doctrination that they've been told aren't going to get the message. So don't be afraid to be vocal about it and talk openly, just as you would a glass of wine.
I was about to say, it's the Chardonnay mom at the soccer game. Like, you could do this instead.
Yes.
Yeah, and also speak to your local and federal politicians, because this is where how our program really begins to evolve and the laws change, because without them as our partners and passing meaningful legislation that's going to get this open more and more and more and make it more normal for people to feel comfortable consuming. We do an event once a year in DC called Crawford and Cannabis, and we invite all of our congressional members and Senate members to come, and we have an authentic crawfish boil that we bring from Louisiana. And so every year it's grown. We did our third annual in April, and we're going to continue to do that just as a part of our mission to continue to change all of the laws and just continue to break down the stigmas.
Yep, and I would say social media. Keep getting on social media, finding your favorite brands, understanding the different laws and the different products that they're pushing out. My message for my athletes, I'm here on behalf of the athletes because I want athletes to know about the recovery of this plant, the medicinal and therapeutic benefits that this plant offers. And having these athletes be a part of this and know about cannabis besides these pills, I think it's going to be big. So social media is going to help, and I'm going to continue to keep pushing the message out for my athletes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, one more thing about the social media. So I thought this was a daunting task at one point when people said contact your legislator. I'm like, how? What? What do you mean contact and call his office? Going off of social media, there's plenty. I mean, there's tons of call to actions. You know, if there's anything going on with the state, you can simply get on Indigo's page, or there's a group called U.S. Hemp Roundtable that covers the entire country. I'm sure there's a Cannabis. Is there a group that you guys have? But essentially what they'll do is if you're online on your phone, they'll say, hey, contact your legislator through this link. And all it is you simply click that link and these people will lay it out for you. They'll have the letter that they want you to send, all the verbiage and everything. And all you're really doing is it's like signing a petition. You're putting your name and address in there and saying, you know, I support this. And it's like that. So don't be overwhelmed when you hear people say contact your legislators, because they're with the use of social media and people's presence, it's very easy nowadays. Just follow somebody on Instagram, follow somebody on Facebook, and they're going to have that. Indigo will do it. Like I said, U.S. Hemp Roundtable. They're a group for our industry. And do you have a group that you guys have that helps promote that?
Yeah, we have, well, obviously we have our local group here in the state, LADA. And our company is also a part of a lot of legislative just energy and activities, rather. But also on the federal side, we participate in a number of them. The National Cannabis Roundtable is one of them.
Okay, yeah. U.S. Hemp Roundtable and National Cannabis Roundtable on a federal level. It's super easy. Just follow them on social media and they lay it out for you.
Yeah, it's not a blank Word document like you think it would be.
No,
and
it's
you're
really
not doing a project. You're really just clicking a couple boxes and getting it. It helps everybody. Thank you all so much for listening, and I hope we informed you a little bit. For everybody here at the round table, I appreciate your time, and I'm glad that we were able to get a message out. So thank you all so much, and let's get back to a little bit of music, huh?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
For having
Who that?
Thank you.
Yeah.